Race number 4 on the Castrol GTX Cup Series, and we welcome you guys to Hot Atlanta for the Cracker Barrel 500. Childress teammates are on the front row. Matthew Rodriguez in the 29, Dylan Poteet in the 31. Row 2, Derek Walker and CJ Sorensen. Row 3, Josh Osborne and Robbie Bogus in the 29 and number 99 Carl Edwards Cup car. And the fourth row, the Carl Edwards Nationwide car of Richard Anderson and Jasmine Acosta in the 48 car. And we are set to go for 17 laps around Atlanta. And the green waves, and we are underway. Matthew Rodriguez gets the jump at the start. Expect to see some great racing, too, from Atlanta. Second downforce race in a row on the series. Here comes Derek Walker. He wants to lead that first lap. Here comes Josh Osborne in the Jennifer Jo Cobb car. He's in the 13. Who's going to lead the lap? Josh Osborne does. Osborne leads the first lap. Here comes Richard Anderson in a 60. The man who had that crash at Las Vegas, you remember. He's on the inside. Nick Knotts in the 2 car on the air. He's going to try for the lead as well. And Anderson goes out in front. Nick Knotts still on the inside. Matthew Rodriguez in the 29. Slicing and dicing here in Atlanta. No yellow line, no out of bounds, no restrictor plates. Nothing, just pure horsepower here at Atlanta. Qualifying speed for this race, 209 miles an hour. I ain't kidding you. Richard Anderson still leads. Nick Knotts in the 2nd position. Third spot is Dalton Day in the 17 car. Here comes Colin Cropley in the 20. Colin looking for a pretty good run here today. And so is the 14. I believe that's what's flipped in the 5th position. That is Ken Johnson. He's in the 14 car. Zed Weinstein in the 44 along with Dylan Hughes in the 32. The Reed Sorensen Nationwide car. Out of the second turn here, Richard Anderson still out in front. Into the third turn he comes. Here comes the 17 car of Dalton Day. He tried the inside of Nick Knotts. And yellow is out, I believe. Something happened. Let's find out what happened. Oh, Chris Dallerton, all crinkled up. Yeah. I believe the crash happened further up front with Josh Osborne and a few others. There it is right there. Trey Roberts. Oh, yeah. That happened up front right there. Trey Campbell, Trevor Reinhardt. Trey Campbell. No, Johnny Gardner crashed right into Trevor Reinhardt. Trey Campbell did a great job avoiding that. Ugh. And that's where Chris Dallerton got his hit right there. He crashes right into Josh Osborne. He was in it. Looked like Derek Walker, John Douglas. It looks to me like Chris Dallerton got the worst of this whole thing. Oh boy, what a job Trey Campbell did avoiding that wreck. Oh, there's a 5 car, Kendrick Walker. How did he get crashed? Oh, both the GoDaddy cars crashed. Now watch this. Watch the 7 car of Johnny Gardner. He's going to get loose right there. Right into Trevor Reinhardt. Matthew Rodriguez. Amazing, that was all he got, too. There's the 5 of... The 5 car he gets in it. Adam Chambers is in it. Boy, Rob McCabe did a great job. Ooh, so did Dougie Shears in the 33. 39 car also in it. That's Alexander Dawson. Looks like he didn't get much damage. So... So Richard Anderson leads the race. The lights on the pace car are out. Be going back to green this time by. And here we go, back to green flag racing here at Atlanta. Lap number 11 is when we're going back to green. Nick Knotts tried the outside lane on Richard Anderson in the 60. Ken Johnson, 14, runs in the 3rd spot. 4th is Dalton Day in the 17. And here comes Nick Knotts on the inside. He's got Ken Johnson helping him, and Nick Knotts goes to the lead. Here comes Ken Johnson on the inside. There were 3 wide briefly, and at the line, Nick Knotts led the lap. But here comes Ken Johnson in the 14. He's going for the lead. That's the Tony Stewart car. Dylan Hughes in the 32. He's making a run at it. He gets past Richard Anderson in the 60, the Fastenal car. And now it is Ken Johnson out in front in the 14 car. 12 laps completed, 5 to go. Some great racing here at Atlanta so far, though, other than the crash we had. Here comes, and a good battle we got for the 2nd spot there. Dylan Hughes in the 32 going by Nick Knotts. So does Dylan Petit in the 31. A pair of Dylans going at it, although spelled differently. Dylan Hughes in the 2nd position. Dylan Petit falls back in the 3rd spot. And here comes Ryan Cooper, the pole sitter, in the 1 car, the Jeannie McMurray machine. 3 to go. Ken Johnson out in front looking for his first win of the season. So far we had 3 races and 3 different winners. Good start for this series. Dylan Hughes trying to find any weakness out of Ken Johnson. Dylan Petit, Ryan Cooper in that top 4 spots. Here comes Ryan Cooper on the inside. He's got Nick Knotts helping him in the 2 car. The front 5 have broken away. Trey Roberts right in the further back in the Napa Auto Parts car. He runs 6. He's going to try to join in that battle. Out of turn 4, coming to the line, white flag. Remember the finishes of Earnhardt and Labonte, Harvick and Gordon, Edwards and Johnson. We may see a finish like this, maybe. I don't know. But on the way Ken Johnson's pulling away, I don't think we will. Dylan Petit goes in a second. He's going to try to make one final charge, but I don't think it's going to work. Out of turn 4, Ken Johnson wins the Cracker Barrel 500 here from Atlanta. 2nd place to Dylan Petit. What a finish here at Atlanta. So, and there's the official results. Ken Johnson, Dylan Petit, Ryan Cooper, Trey Roberts finishes 4th. Nick Knotts, 1 Chevy. CJ Sorensen Dylan Hughes, Robbie Bogus, and Colin Cropley. Then the final running order, there's Fred Christopher, the 3-car finishes 11th. Mark Matthews, a little further down the list. And those are the ones that got caught up in that crash down the front stretch. That's a tough day for some of those drivers. 5 cars out of the race, including Daytona 500 winner Johnny Gardner. But Ken Johnson has won the Cracker Barrel 500. He hangs tough at Atlanta. We'll be here. Join us for race number 5 at Darlington, South Carolina for the 2 Tough to Tame 400. Here.